These what the fuck is a kilometer people have not been the most gracious losers at the Olympics, have they? Starting off with Coco Gauff, who was screaming at the top of her lungs that there's an injustice happening and that she always gets screwed over in France, even though the umpire was right in his assessment of a very tough call. That genuinely wasn't even the main reason why she lost the match. Emma Navarro got so salty after her loss against Qinwen Zheng that she got mad at her for trying to win, I guess? And that's why she started questioning why Qinwen has so many fans around the world, which was just odd. And finally, Danielle Collins called Swiatek insincere for asking Collins if she was okay and wishing her a speedy recovery after her retirement in their match. Yeah, still don't know what the fuck is she even on about, but let's circle back to Coco, cause she's the only one whose reaction I can kinda understand. Cause even though she did misjudge the situation and the call did genuinely come after she hit the ball in the heat of the moment, I can understand her thinking otherwise. What I don't understand is the need for tennis players to portray themselves as victims, cause with all due respect, Coco Gauff, you are not a victim. You are loved by the media, you are loved by the fans, you get to play on the biggest courts in the world, and she has definitely earned that right to do so by being one of the top players in the world, but still, we have seen some great players not get those assignments, so she's clearly respected in the tennis world. So this rhetoric that everybody is out to get her is simply insincere. Just because you get some 50-50 calls ruled against you once a year doesn't mean that the higher-ups are conspiring against you. But as I said at the start of the video, that was not the reason why she lost, no matter how much the media wants to imply that it was. First of all, Donna Vekic is just a G for always staying in the game and not losing focus or belief in her chances of winning this match. I feel like people in tennis have been underestimating Donna for quite some time, and these past 3 big tournaments she has been showing that her level can be of a top player in the world. Secondly, Coco lost the first set from 5-2 lead game-wise and 6-4 in the tiebreak, which happened way before that line called controversy, and I would say that that choke played a more significant part than her losing. That dispute with the umpire was definitely unpleasant, but I feel like Coco screwed it up herself. But you know, not too much on her, cause this situation was genuinely difficult to navigate for everyone involved. Which is not something that I can say about Emma Navarro and Danielle Collins, cause their sore loserness, I know that's not a word, was just baffling. Navarro completely lost her head because she couldn't serve out the match, couldn't convert the match point, and ultimately she got shitted on in the third set, so she resorted to saying that she doesn't respect Qinwen as a competitor. And really, she said that for no particular reason. And by the way, this competitor comment comes from someone who played ITF tournaments as a top 50 player to gain easy ranking points. I'm just saying, but in my eyes, that's not how a model competitor goes about things. But who am I to judge, right? And somehow she still wasn't the sorest loser from the US, cause Collins takes that cake. Listen, I will be the first one to agree that this raising the racket before the opponent serve shit is super annoying and mostly used to negatively impact the opponent, but motherfucker, how can you blame someone for doing that when you did the same thing at the start of the match? Like, what the fuck? And intentionally hitting Iga at the net was a bitch move as well. And don't even get me started on her retiring from the match and the fact that she felt offended that Iga wished her all the best. Like, what do you mean? What would be the best, the ideal course of action here? Can somebody explain it to me? Cause I still don't get it. And to add to that, Danielle played another match the same evening, so where's the sincerity in that? Clearly you weren't injured enough that you couldn't play, so ultimately you were the one who was insincere in this situation. But I guess this Karen Collins sighting showed that Iga has a lot of haters for no particular reason apart from the fact that she's just super good at tennis. These haters started showing their faces yesterday already, but today, after Iga's loss against Qinwen Zheng in the semis, they felt immense happiness. And they started talking relentless unwarranted shit. But less about them and more about the match itself. Zheng came to play. Her style was impetuous, her defense was impregnable, she was ferocious, she wanted Iga's heart and she got it. Coming back from love 4 to win the second set 7-5 on clay against Swiatek is insane, and it must be true that when you play at the Olympics, when you play for your country, you gain some superpowers or you can get cooked by the immense pressure on your shoulders, and I feel like that's exactly what happened with Iga here. Cause everything in Paris was in her favor. Her favorite venue, check. Some fortunate withdrawals, check. No injuries, check, and you can go on with naming other aspects that were favorable for her at these Olympics. But she just didn't take this golden opportunity. Will she win the Olympics during her legendary career? Who knows, but at least she wasn't a sore loser about it. So long story short, don't be a sore loser and just take it easy, my friend.